This is the Bahamas Tonight at the Northern Edition. Good evening all. I'm Megan Shepard. It's so great to have you with us. Topping news, structural changes taking place at Bahamas Information Services here on Grand Bahama. Formed in 1974 by an act of Parliament, BIS is mandated to disseminate information both nationally and internationally. Now, some 43 years later, the organization is undergoing a restructuring exercise in an effort to modernize operations. Bahamas Information Services here on Grand Bahama undergoing a restructuring exercise in order to move the organization forward with the mandate of keeping the population informed with the activities of the government. Parliamentary Secretary with responsibility for BIS, Bakisha Parker Edgecombe, says that the goal now is to make the organization more efficient with the use of technology.
What we're trying to do is not only include both the wisdom that we have in the people that are already here, but also introduce a new crop of millennials that we believe will also be able to bring that to the table. Because right now it's about accuracy, it's about having delivery of information in a very, very fast and efficient manner. And I think that with the inclusion of both that wisdom and the innovation of our young people, whom we hope to get some more involved in BIS, we'll be really, really doing well for BIS and for the information that the government wants to get out.
Director of BIS Luther Smith on island for the occasion. He says he believes that the organization is moving in the right direction and he is pleased with the growth thus far. Smith adds that this Grand Bahama office also has responsibility for the Northern Bahamas.
Abaco, of course, is a very, very major population center now, and it's also a very major economic center, so we can't ignore what goes on there. And Bimini, of course, is a very, very rapidly developing island. And so there are things there which go beyond just the routine. And so some in-depth reporting from either locations would be what we expect.
As a part of the restructuring exercise, Simon Lewis is now the Assistant Director of BIS. Lewis has some 40 years experience in the journalism field and says he is excited to help move the organization forward.
We have a real good staff, and I'm excited about the staff. I get along very well with them, so I know there's some good days ahead for them. And with the new ideas that's being pushed by the Power Sec from Grand Bahama, for the Bahamas that is now, I think the Freeport office will start to move.
Changes in the leadership of several schools here on Grand Bahama. Tonight, one of the newest superintendents of education gives us an update on the new appointments. Italia Hall has the story.
The new district superintendent for the West Grand Bahama District, Ivan Butler, says a number of changes will come on stream in the West Grand Bahama and Bimini district this school term as it relates to the leadership of schools in that district.
We now have Mr. Chester Cooper. He is now the principal at 8 Mile Rock High School. We had another principal change at Walter Parker, Mrs. Edna Gomez, and at Sister Mary Patricia, Mrs. Joyanne Penniman. Those are major changes. We've had some adjustments and transfers as it relates to senior mistress and vice principals.
He also announced that Demetrius Wildgoose will be the new principal at the Louise MacDonald High School in North Bimini. Dania Cooper, vice principal at the 8 Mile Rock High School, Coral Johnson, vice principal at Sister Mary Patricia Russell Junior High School, Shakita Thompson and Melissa Cooper, both vice principals at the St. George's High School, and Rodney Bethel, vice principal at the Walter Parker Primary School. The district superintendent says there are a number of goals on the board for the new school year as well.
We will be emphasizing academic and achievement among our students from primary school right on into high school. We definitely would like to see the graduation rate improve in our schools, and we want to see the literacy and numeracy increase in our primary schools.
Butler says a number of schools in the Western District computer labs were damaged by Hurricane Matthew.
But we are happy to report to the parents, especially in the 8 Mile Rock School, that they have all brand new computers, as in many of our schools are pretty much fully stocked with new computers and they are ready to go. So we encourage parents to enroll their children early, get them in school early. We want parents to know that school will be coming out 3 o'clock as of Monday.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Downtown Freeport a buzz today as many parents and guardians try to complete their back-to-school shopping before the opening of the new school term on Monday. Our ZNS News team visited Pat's Uniforms, Bellevue Gifts and Supplies, as well as Print Masters to take in some of the action.
We've been having a lot of last-minute shoppers. Actually, this year it's been pretty great. We have a lot of people that have been coming earlier this year, so that was a plus, but we are seeing a lot of last-minute shoppers.
The last-minute shopping has been going fairly well. Everybody is coming in. They come in on their lunch hours or they come in after work.
It's been going great. We have been seeing a lot of last-minute shoppers, and I guess everybody will be coming out, I guess, this weekend.
In an effort to accommodate their customers, these stores say they have all extended their shopping hours and days to late Sunday.
Definitely every year, it's back to school time, so we have to do that. So we're going to be opening a little later, maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock, depending on when the last customer leaves. And also on Sunday, we're going to be open from 11 to 5.
The store hours have been increased until 7 o'clock until the 9th of September. Our sale is increased until the 9th of September also. We're open on Sunday from 10 to 5, so when you finish with church, you can swing on by and pick up your last-minute supplies for school on Monday.
What is the sale?
It's 15% of all the textbook, workbooks, and the school supplies.
Okay, and Sunday will be open from 8 o'clock until like 4 o'clock. We have a 25% off, so we're hoping that we get a lot of feedback from it.
2 suspects arrested over in Bimini following a significant drug seizure on that island. Reports are that shortly before 8 a.m., officers of the Drug Enforcement Unit and officers of the Bimini District in a joint operation intercepted a 26-foot aqua and white contender vessel in Bimini's north of Alistown, Bimini. Officers boarded the vessel and arrested 2 males on board and discovered 2 white coolers and 2 backpacks, all containing a number of packages of suspected cocaine. The estimated street value of the drugs is $2.3 million. The suspected cocaine and the 2 males who are residents of Bimini were taken into police custody and are expected to be arraigned before the magistrate court in New Providence early next week. Andy Taylor, aka Andy Smith, aged 23 years, of number 4 Gambia Drive, appearing before Deputy Chief Magistrate Debbie Ferguson on 4 counts of armed robbery. He was not required to enter a plea to the indictable offense, and he was remanded to the Department of Correction until December 14th, when trial will begin. The charges stem from an incident in Williamstown on August 12th. Police arrested a 31-year-old male of Freeport yesterday after he was found in possession of a firearm and ammunition. Reports are that shortly after 10 a.m., officers acting on information while in the area of Explorers Way stopped and searched a male and the surrounding areas, where they uncovered a .45 Smith & Wesson pistol with a magazine containing 10 live rounds of ammunition. He is expected to be arraigned before the magistrate court early next week. And this just in, police are investigating a serious traffic accident in the area of the Grand Bahamas Domestic Airport. The incident occurred shortly before 4 p.m. Reports say a man was driving a silver Audi West along the Grand Bahama Highway and reportedly lost control. We spoke to officer in charge of traffic, Superintendent Jeremy Henfield, at the scene.
On the officer's arrival, they would have met a single car alleged to have been traveling west along Grand Bahama Highway that had run off the southern side of the roadway and overturned into bushes just along there. What we can tell you from right now is that it appears as though the vehicle was traveling at a fast rate of speed. We're still doing some investigations. As it laid right now, we could confirm that 1 male occupant of that vehicle has succumbed to his injuries here at the scene. And so it's just another reminder again to the public to reduce your speed.
And as we count down to the opening of school on Monday, we invite you to send your pictures of our kids on their way to school for the first day of classes. You can send your photos to zns3news@gmail.com. Stay with us, there's more news right after this break.